Hi, welcome to Here4You training course. In this module, we will focus on motivation. You will learn what motivation is, learn the sources of motivation and their importance in motivation process. You will also find the answer to the questions of how to transfer emotions to our motivational processes. Do they support them or constitute a substantial obstacle? All this will help you better understand how to motivate others and will be helpful in working as a carer for seniors. You will learn many theories that you can incorporate into practice, so that the work of the senior carer becomes simpler and more satisfying. The motivational process is a mental process that evokes an internal state of readiness to act, stimulate energy, direct effort, or goal. When it accompanies us, we ignore irrelevant stimuli and focus only on the most important aspects of action. We talk about intrinsic motivation when we take action without any visible external rewards. We do something because it gives us pleasure, gives us the opportunity to discover something new, to broaden horizons, develop our potential. It promotes creativity. Thanks to intrinsic motivation, it's easier for us to get involved in a given activity because the very activity we do is rewarding for us. How to increase intrinsic motivation of the senior? Several factors have been identified that increase intrinsic motivation. First of all, curiosity. If something at work makes us curious, then the motivation to dig into a given topic increases. Secondly, feeling of influence. Having the opportunity to choose, for example, various activities, we encourage intrinsic motivation. Then we have a recognition. People usually like to be praised, and when we experience it, intrinsic motivation increases, and that increases the desire to engage in a given activity. Then we have cooperation. So when we work with someone and it derives satisfaction from it, as well as when we see the involvement of another person, most often we also want to increase our commitment to the work we do. And then we have competition. An opportunity to compare the effects of our work with other people can also be a good motivator. This happens especially when we notice that our achievements are similar to those of other people. Then we have challenges. Setting goals, tracking progress, and achieving them are conducive to intrinsic motivation. This happens most often in a situation where a given goal is related to our personal values, and its achievement is possible, but not 100% certain. Extrinsic motivation functions in a completely different way. It's like carrot stick principle. The source of force pushing us to act comes from outside. It can be, for example, praise and recognition. When we have something to do and we think, what am I going to get from it? We are practically always guided by extrinsic motivation. However, not only hope for receiving gratification is an extrinsic motivation. The vision of unpleasant consequences and the desire to avoid them may well motivate to act. For example, the consequences of careless performance of physical exercises in the form of deterioration of senior health. Searching for the answer to the question of how a person is motivated to act, Abraham Maslow pointed to the role of the needs, which he divided into two types: deficiency needs and growth needs. The first serve to supplement the natural deficiencies arising as a result of human activity, and the second to his development and improvement. Abraham Maslow pointed out that we can base our motivation on necessity or choice. The one that is based on necessity, meaning I must, relates to lower order needs of the senior. For example, I need to sleep properly in order to be healthy. Motivation based on choice, meaning I want, refers to higher order needs of the senior. I want to develop my artistic passion by painting pictures. Higher order needs can only be met if the lower level needs are fully met. When deficiency needs are not met, it is clear that growth needs may not be sufficiently met. So, at the beginning, take care of basic needs of the senior, and motivating him or her to meet higher order needs will be easier. Motivational mechanism can also include expectations, aspirations, as well as fantasies and dreams. Expectations. The effect of the action depends on human activity, and its level is directly proportional to the motivation. The higher the expectations, the higher the motivation. The better the results, and thus the better the satisfaction with the results. To stimulate seniors' motivation, try to define expectations with him or her, so that they influence his or her motivation. Then we have aspirations. These are judgments about the desired result based on own actions. I want to do something. As for your own aspirations and meeting your needs, find a solution that will be good for the senior. If working with an elderly person with paresis, but with the possibility of rehabilitation, you want him or her to have motivation to exercise so that his or her motor skills can improve. Show him or her the results you are aiming for. You don't have to look far for motivators. They are often within your range. The whole problem is that if we do something that we like or something that we have longed for, you don't have to think too much about what motivated us at first place. It is different when we are forced to some activity. Then we are only thinking about what I will have from it if I do it. So such a motivational mechanism occurs in seniors. It is important to find the right motivators. Let's follow to the next video. We will talk about emotional blockage and how it is important in caregivers' work.